house is empty again, so this is my chance. Cerakote is still drying, and that's going to be another thing that I attack tomorrow. But while that's happening, I'm going to introduce a non-Renaissance related project. So behind me are two leggings, pairs of leggings that I've owned for a while, and if you're a Whovian like me, you'll recognize them. One pair is of course the yellow and blue, which is the exploding Tardis pattern, and the one to its left is a standard blue pair with the Tardis not exploding. So these are two pairs of leggings that I really enjoy, and they're something that I reserve for Gallifrey 1, the Doctor Who convention in Anaheim. We have to skip Gallifrey 1 this year, but in 2023 I really want to be prepared. Every year, of course, is a journey for me, and I strive to be better with my costumes. What I'm going to do in order to incorporate one of these two or both pairs of leggings into that weekend is to make a skirt to match. So here I have a t-shirt. It's really beautiful. I just love the clockwork around the Tardis. It's Gallifreyan. This decal is going into the skirt. So I can have a Tardis on the skirt, and I'll have Tardises on my leggings. Here's the fabric. It looks very much like space. It's cotton, of course, because I don't buy polyester anymore. But if you look carefully, those little dots look like stars. And the decal here on the shirt almost matches the pattern on the fabric almost perfectly. Right here around the Gallifreyan and the TARDIS, that space, the outer space look, is almost a perfect match. Hi!
No!
Bye!
Hi, bye.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut a pattern for a skirt out of the fabric, and then cut off this decal and incorporate it onto the skirt, and hopefully it'll be as good of a match as I hope it will be. So let's get started with the pattern cutting and see how much we can get done today. So here is the pattern I'm using. It's a circle skirt pattern. And it's going to be one of these shorter patterns, and I may make it even shorter, because the shorter the skirt, the more I can show off the leggings. Let's see if this fits. Oh no. I'm going to have to do some finagling to get all of this to fit on one strip, but we'll make it work. Gotta make it work. Okay, before I get started though, let's see how big this decal is. I want the decal to be the full length of the skirt, so in order for me to know how long the skirt should be, I should first size it to the length of this decal. So we have our decal cut out. I want to make it so that the length of the skirt is the same length as this decal, so that will determine how long the pattern I cut will be. we need some room for the waist, so I'll center it about here. And if that's the case, then I can fold this up. The shorter the skirt, the more fabric I can use. That's really what I'm looking for right now. I don't want to waste any fabric today. So this is what we have. I've shortened it as much as I think I can justify here with my size and at my age. Never mind. And then here is the length of the decal. So the length of the skirt will be the length of the decal. That way the Tardis doesn't look small. I want this Tardis to really pop and be the most prominent part of the skirt. I left some black along the bottom for seam allowance so I can hem it without cutting into the pattern or the design below here. So I'll be able to hem this up instead of hemming this up. I've also left some room here for the waist because I'll need a waistband. There's a way I can figure this out. I will have to fold this over. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right. It just barely. I may have to piece a corner up here, but that's totally doable. It just barely fits, so I'm gonna cut it this way. This is a big part of my sewing journey, is just learning to trust myself, learning to take these scissors and really cut into fabrics when I don't feel comfortable, when I'm not as confident in myself as I should be. Okay, here we go. The skirt is laid out. That wasn't nearly as catastrophic as I was afraid it would be. Chunks here at the hem that I'll have to round out with the scissors. Also the second layer, this bottom layer, is a little shorter than the top one, so that's a little uneven. I'll just make this the back part and make sure this shorter half is in the front. Up here we have a few corners that didn't quite make it. There just wasn't enough fabric here to really make this work. But this part is going to be sewn into a waist anyway, just yoked. They're not a perfect match, but I think it's close enough. This is a bit more faded, and this is more of a more vibrant blue, but chances are no one's going to care. I think one of the advantages right now to cutting such a short skirt will be minimal sewing. Normally when I make a very long skirt or any other kind of more structured piece, there's There's a lot of seam sewing involved. Alright, so the skirt is nearly completed. I just ran into a little snag. The hem looks pretty even, which is what I was originally going for. Of course, at the time, I failed to remember that I'm a little back heavy. So generally what I need to do is add some length to the back of a skirt. That way it does actually even out, and I didn't do that. So I was just looking for the pattern so I could take what's left of the fabric and add some length to the back panel of the skirt, but I can't find it. So plan B, I'm gonna have to find a way to trace this skirt as it is onto this yardage and create just a bottom piece. Gonna be a little difficult, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. This really is gonna be more of a trial and error situation. So the extension isn't perfect. You can still kind of see the seam here from the original hemming. And this is where I stitched it down just right here along the original hemming stitch. So there wouldn't be a whole bunch of seams all over the back of the skirt. But from a distance, it really doesn't look that bad. The pattern is random enough where it's okay for it not to be perfect. Randy says it's barely noticeable, so I'm gonna go with that. And then up here, I pinked the edges on the inside because I didn't want to sew down a seam that would weigh down the panel and just kind of have it pulling down on it. Anywhere but right here where there's like that double layer, it kind of has, it's less see-through. You can kind of see a dark panel going across. But again, who's going to be paying that much attention? So what I'm going to do now is try it on with both sets of leggings and see which look is better. So that concludes my Doctor Who project. It was very long and, had a lot of stages over the year, given all the other projects that I've had, but it feels good to finally finish it and to be able to post this video before Gallifrey 1 in February. So hopefully if we don't wind up at Gallifrey 1 next year, because tickets are out and they're crazy expensive this year. So we may not go after all, but that shouldn't suggest that there won't be other opportunities for me to wear the skirt or go the following year to Gallifrey 1 or see if there are any other Doctor Who related events throughout the year. Or maybe I'll just wear it for fun, who knows. Thanks for sticking with me through this process. If you haven't already, like and subscribe for more crazy projects. I definitely have quite a bit to do moving on through 2023. There's still Disney bounding to do. I have some Star Wars ideas, a very unique Alice in Wonderland idea. So that material is on its way. It's going to be a really big project, the biggest project I've done so far on this channel. And I will keep you posted. Just be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.
Welcome to the channel, like and subscribe. Isn't that what YouTube wants us to say? Our Lords and Master Google? Yeah.